Hi, hello, how are you? You're listening to I've Always Said That with your host, Brad Buckland, and we are back for a recap, reanalysation, rehash of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 10, Episode 6, Starbooty, the Rebooty. That's right, we are in the last episode of Bracket 2, Bracket Dos. So, who's going to the semi-finals? Who's getting the chop? Let's see, shall we? After Mistress and Georges won last week's challenge, the bottom four enter the workroom to chat all things MVQ, Most Valuable Queen. And it's just a bit like, yeah, we're going to play it fairly. We're not going to let what happened last week when Mistress and Georges kind of did the dirty on Kerry and Nicole and stole. Well, not stole, just convinced them to give them their points. And I'm like, hey, that's fair game. Shady? Yes. Underhanded? Yes. Do I support it? Kinda. So Georges and Mistress come back as the top two. They have no points to give. Kerry mentions her chat with Lydia in confessionals about how she said she would give her her point, but she's unsure if she's going to reciprocate it because after all, she is Mistress's adopted child. So not sure which way she's going to go. But I don't know. I feel like Lydia, she has a bad side, but she gets it. She's real. I don't think she'll fuck her over like that when they've explicitly talked about it. That's the key here. Nicole ends up going first and she gives it to Kerry Colby. Point to Kerry. Kerry's first point. Kerry then gets up and gives her point to Lydia as promised. Mistress is trying to stir some shit and she's like, Nicole, wasn't she supposed to give it back to you? And Nicole's like, no. It's her point. She's allowed to do what she wants. We had no discussion about it, so fair game. I'm like, okay, very mature of you, Nicole. I love it. Tina gets up and gives her point to Nicole, and it's actually really sweet. Nicole is so excited to get a point. She's like, I got a point. Yes, Nicole, you got a point. I'm very happy for you, sweetheart. So it's just Lydia left. Who's she going to give a point to? Tina? No one's given Tina a point yet. Everyone else has got a point. But she had a thing with Kerry. What's she going to do? She ends up giving it to Miss Kerry Colby. And Tina is not happy, to say the least. Like, yes, if I was Tina, I'd be pissed as well because I didn't get a point. Not because it didn't come from Lydia. They had no explicit, that we've seen, conversation about ever having an official alliance or anything like that. I don't think it was super shady. Like, they gave each other their point. It is what it is. Get over it. But, like, Tina is really not happy about it. Anyway, so this brings the tally board to Georges and Mistress in the lead with 4.5, Lydia with 4, Tina and Kerry with 2, and then Nicole with 1. Now, Lydia is a smart cookie because she says if she would have given it to Tina, she would have been at 3 and only 1 point behind her. So she's a smart girl. She's thinking about the game. If you're not thinking about the game, why are you there? This is it's a game. Play the game. Ugh. Mistress, they're like de-dragging and Mistress and Georges are chatting and Mistress is like, we either both have to be in the top or both be in the bottom because no one's going to give us any points. We have to get the points ourselves. And if we're both in the bottom, then we can give each other a point. Holy shit, this girl is strategizing and she's got it right. Like the way, like they've owned up to it. Like the way they've gone about it, the shady way in the first MVQ ceremony. No one's going to want to give them points and they know that. So they're like, we got to make sure we're taken care of. So they get what's going on. They get it. Anyway, it's a new day in the workroom and it is the last week of Bracket 2. Tina immediately talks about how Lydia is playing the game and how it was shady. And I'm like, do you not know where you are? Like, I don't understand. And Lydia's like, look, I'm just playing a game. It's a game. And Tina's like, well, 100%. I'm like, well, not 100% because you just had a go at her for playing it. So which one is it, Tina? I don't understand. Mistress brings up that Tina and Lydia were going to steal points the way that Georges and her did in the first week. And Mistress also said that Tina said it. And in a confessional, she's like, I may have told a white lie, which I've never done before. So naturally, this sends Tina spiraling. She's like, I did not say that. And Kerry is like, did she say that? I'm like, Kerry, no, you're not actually buying this, are you? Like, she's acting like, I don't know if I can trust Tina. But I'm like, surely not. Surely you're not believing anything that leaves Mistress's mouth. Rue comes in to announce this week's Maxi Challenge, which is the movie Rusical Starbooty the Rebooty, based off Rue's original movie Starbooty from back in the day. It's basically gonna be in this movie Rusical with her. 3 sort of evil characters, 3 heroes, I guess you could call them. We've not had a movie Rusical before, so I don't really know how it's going to be different from a typical Rusical, but the Rusicals are usually my favourite challenge, so I'm very excited to see how this turns out. So they sit down and read scripts, and it is up to them to decide on who gets what. Mistress immediately wants all the girls that are the quote, the fool together, so her, Georges, and Lydia will be together in one group to be the villainous agents of Puss. However, Carrie throws like a bit of spanner in the works, and she's like, she wants to be Moxie, which is the character that Lydia is going to play. But Mistress is like, no, you'll be so much better at Mimi, like the beauty character in the heroes group. Like, me, Mistress, me, Georges, and Lydia, we're going to do this. Yep, cool. So she's just like full steamroll them, and none of them really seem to care. They're like, yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that. And I'm like, do you not see what's happening here? Like, I guess they may just genuinely be happy with those roles that I guess Mistress technically assigned them, but we'll see how it turns out and who's going to come out on top in the end. So they start getting ready. Let's go through their previous performances if they've done a Rusical before. Nicole and Kerry did not make it to... Well, Nicole's season didn't even have a Rusical. Kerry did not make it to the Rusical on her season. Tina was placed low in social media, the Rusical, which was probably one of the worst Rusicals that we've had. I don't think she should have been low, though, in my opinion. Lydia was safe in the Wizard of Oz one. Mistress was high. Georges was in the bottom in season 14 and then actually won it in All Stars 9. So, got to keep an eye out on her. Yes. They get together and record with Leland, and Nicole is messing with Mistress, pretending she's like bored and yawning when Mistress is recording. And I'm like, is this actually getting to her? Like, I don't know if it was just the editing, but Mistress looks a little bit frazzled, but it may have just been the editing. I don't know. They do choreography with Adam Shankman. Mistress is struggling. Tina is told that she looks like an NFL player, and Nicole is trying her darndest. She's not getting any of it. I don't think she's got a rhythmical bone in her body, but she's having a great time. She's laughing. She's kikiing. She is living, and she's so infectious in the best way. I love her so much. I need to protect Nicole Page Brooks at all costs. Getting ready for the challenge, Tina is still getting wound up, taking the MVQ points far too seriously. She's like, I'm going to leave this competition holding my head up high. Yeah, but you're going to leave it getting eliminated because you're not playing it. You should be doing anything it takes to win. That's why you're here. It is All Stars. I'm like, really frustrating me. I really like Tina, but I'm like, I don't understand this point of view. Kerry's still holding out for points from Georges and Mistress, saying they have a debt to pay. And I don't think that debt's ever going to get paid. I think you're going to have to go to the debt collectors, sweetie, because that ain't happening. But Mistress is sucking up to Kerry because she's like, if she's in the bottom, the only real queen that could possibly give her points is Kerry, maybe. So she's like, the Texas sisters, we just do everything better. Kerry, I love you. And I'm like, this is so fake. Like, this is too much. You're like laying it on too hard there. All right. Starbooty the Rebooty, and Rue actually starts out with dances, but it's just literally just like he's just performing a song. Like, it doesn't really... Sure. And then he gets kidnapped at the end. So the premise is Rue gets kidnapped, and then the protagonists have to go save her. So that's Nicole, Tina, and Kerry. They have their little chorus. Nicole is up first with her solo, and I'm like, did they put any auto-tune on her vocals? Because it doesn't sound the most amazing. ... Like, she's dancing a little bit. She's moving her body in ways that might be similar to the choreography. God bless her heart. She's there, and I'm living for it. Tina was kind of fun. I thought she put a lot of energy into it. I thought she had stage presence. And I thought she really commanded it when it was her turn. So props to that. At this point, I'm like realizing I'm not liking the editing. Like, I don't know, because if they're trying to make it more like movie-esque with like different angles and stuff, I don't know. It's confusing me a little bit, but it's throwing me off. Carrie does really well. She's like playing a stereotypical dumb blonde sort of vibe, but she does it really well. Acting's never been her strong suit, but she really leans into it, and I think it's great. Storyline continuing, they get a call from Rue, and Rue needs help. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. It then pans to the three villains, the agents of Puss. Mistress is up first with her solo, and she does well, but she's not my fave. It's like a tad underwhelming, which is sort of the vibe I'm getting for this whole Rusical. I'm like, okay. They're all doing this like whisper thing when they're singing, especially Mistress, and then like the first half of Lydia's. And I'm like, I don't like that. It's like, I just sing or rap. Like, speak clearly, please. I'm old. Lydia was good. Like, I had fun with it, but it was just fine. Like, I don't think it was anything special. And then Georges was fun, but I think she should have played more into the Pam, like putting more characteristics of like, Pam is the dumb blonde of the Agents of Puss. Like, lean into that a little bit more. Then they had a dance battle with a good versus evil, and I was kind of bored, to be honest. I really didn't like this Rusical. Honestly, looking at it now, I don't think it was the Queen's fault. I think it was just the writing of it. It wasn't very engaging for me personally. Like, it just wasn't for me. I was really let down. Like, I think it's because I have such high expectations for the Rusical, and I'm just like, that. Onto the runway. The category is Wild Wild West. Up first, we have Nicole Page Brooks. Nicole, it's just not your episode, is it? She's wearing this like really long ass black mullet, which I actually kind of like. But then she's wearing like a pink bodysuit with pink thigh highs and this kind of like ill-fitting saddle. And she's got this tail coming over her butt. And I think, who was it? Willem on her podcast said that it was actually a butt plug. And she was holding it in there. And I'm like, I didn't need to know that. That was far too much information. But okay. Anyway, the look's not great. I don't think it's anything special, but it's fun. And I'm really glad we got to see Nicole back on our screens because she is personality above all. She's a good laugh and she's good TV. Up next, we have Tina Burner. And then I think this is really elevated for Tina Burner. I think she looks spectacular. I love this big dark hair on her. It looks great. This like rope sculpture moment over this like brown corsetry with the thigh highs and everything. It's giving Wild West. I really like it. I really, really like this for Tina. Again, one of my favorite looks. She's really redeemed herself this season with her looks. Like, delicious, delicious. Then we have Kerry Colby, and she's giving like Beyonce, like Out in the Rain, Wild West. And it's so goddess-like and beautiful. Like, what else would you expect from Kerry? I do have a slight issue with the hat, as I think the judges did as well. Not so much with the shape, but more of like the material of it. It looks like paper mache, and I'm just like, I think we could have gone in another direction. But otherwise, she is gorgeous. I fucking love her hair. The outfit, impeccable. Then we have Mistress. And I swear, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I have seen this look on her before, or if it was just something so similar. It's like just a corset with cowboy hat, chaps, and boots. And I'm like, I needed something more. And also the nude illusion, like around where the chaps are, it looks like just her padding. It doesn't look like nude illusion. It looks like dirty padding. And I'm like, Mistress, you know better. Like, you usually have your shape down. Well, the shape is down, but it's just like the illusion of it. I don't understand. I'm like, this is not a good week for Mistress, like, to be honest. Then we have Lydia Butthole Collins, and this is where we're getting fed. She looks spectacular. She's in this like patchwork denim number with rope going down the middle and down the front of the legs with these like cowhide like sides going down her legs, and with this helmet hat thing. It's just so beautiful. She made it herself. I'm just like, this is spectacular. It's different. It's unique. It's fashion. I love it. Tens, tens, tens. And then finally we have Georges, and she's giving us kind of like showgirl, saloon girl, pink. Simple but like effective, really cute. She got kind of like thigh-high stockings, bedazzlement, stars on her bibbies. Very showgirl, simple but effective. Not her best, definitely not her worst. Favorite look of the night is definitely Lydia, above and beyond. Least favorite, Nicole. I have to say Nicole. I'm sorry. Based on critiques, I think the tops of the week were Kerry, Lydia, and Georges, and I'm really happy Kerry got positive critiques. I think it's her first time getting all-around positive critiques, and like as she deserves. That means the bottoms were Nicole, Tina, and Mistress. Nicole is basically told, like, nice try, like, you did the opposite of everything the choreography was for, and I'm like, okay, that's a bit, oh, the poor thing, oh my god. They also told her that MVQ points are to be given on the main stage straight after the lip sync, and I'm like, ooh, excited to see the drama. In Untucked, Lydia is pretty confident that she's in the top. And I think based on the critiques, I think that's pretty fair. And then Kerry and Georges are also feeling really good about it. They're talking about points, and Nicole will only be giving her points to one of her teammates, so either Kerry or Tina. Everyone else is kind of keeping their cards close to their chests. And it's like, I think you would be, because it's like anything, well, not anything. There's only a few situations that can really happen. Depending on who wins, who doesn't win, there's a lot of mathing going on. So everyone doesn't want to say anything and give too much away in case they get knocked out of the top or something. Back on the main stage, the top two are Georges and Lydia. I don't know if I agree with this. To be honest, I just didn't really enjoy the performances. I thought if anyone was going to be in the top, it would be Kerry. So I'm kind of sad that Kerry wasn't going to be in the top. I think it should have been Kerry and either Georges or Lydia. Like, Kerry definitely, but no, it's Georges and Lydia. So they're the top two. But as the others step to the back, Nicole kind of whispers to Tina, should we keep Mistress out of the top? And they're like having like a whispered conversation. And Tina's like, yeah, okay. So Nicole's like, why don't we both give our points to Kerry? Because if they both give their points to Kerry, Mistress has been saying that she's going to give a point to Kerry. That would knock Mistress out of the top three. And I'm like, oh, the drama. That would be such like a perfect ending to the arc of everything. But oh my God. Anyway, the lip sync is Texas Hold'em by Beyonce. It's like a fine lip sync. Like, it's not a song that you can do a lot with, but you kind of just like got to give into like the rhythm, the vibe of the song, which is kind of chill. And I think Georges did that well. Lydia was doing too much. She was really going for it. She did a wig reveal, which I don't really think fit. But Georges was more kind of just like chill vibing. So Georges was my winner, and Georges is announced as the winner of the lip sync, getting 10K and an extra point. So before the final MVQ points are given out, Georges is at 7.5. Lydia is at 6. Mistress is at 4.5. So that's so far the top three going through. Kerry's at 2, Tina's at 2, Nicole's at 1. So the bottom four come up to the front, and they are all asked to write who they're going to give their MVQ point to on the mirrors. Nicole is first to reveal. She gives her point to Kerry Colby, bringing her to 3. Tina gives her point to Kerry Colby, also bringing her point to 4. So now she is only half a point behind Mistress. If Mistress gives her her point, she knocks herself out of the top. That would be something. That would be something. Kerry gives her point to Tina. So that brings Tina to 3. Mistress is standing there giving a little spiel before she reveals. And then she's like, I know Kerry did a good job this week, but I knew she was going to be a fake bitch and not give me a point. So I'm giving my point to Lydia. She really is a villain, isn't she? I mean, like, she did what she had to do. Like, giving her point to Lydia, who was already going to be in the top, guaranteed that she wouldn't be knocked out. So it's just smart on her part, but it's kind of like still villainous in essence, I guess. Kerry is not happy and she kind of goes off in confessionals a bit. And she's like, you are the fake bitch. You really fucking tried me. And I'm like, oh, I've never seen Kerry like angry before. But like, I would be fucking fuming as well after getting fucked around for this whole bracket by someone who you're supposed to consider a good friend and sister. Like, over it. Totally over it. I feel really bad for Kerry. I really do. Georges, Lydia, and Mistress progress to the semi-finals. The other three are eliminated. But they are then informed of the wild card twist, where the regular judges will pick one queen each to go into a random draw where one of them will compete in the lip sync smackdown for the crown. Which I'm still not loving that twist, but anyway. I hope if someone from this bracket of eliminees is picked, I hope it's Kerry. I really think Kerry deserves a chance to fight for the win. So in ending this bracket, wow. Whoa. Intense. A lot of drama, a lot of argument, but in such like a contrast to the first bracket we had. Like, yes, they had some like drama and like little arguments here and there, but nothing compared to when Mistress is involved. Like, that bitch is a pot stirrer through and through, hands down. Such an entertaining bracket, and I can't wait to see them in the semi-finals. So that means next week we have bracket 3 with 6 new queens. Ginger Minge, Acid Betty, Cynthia Lee Fontaine, Dia Betty, and Alyssa Hunter. So 6 new queens, another 3 episodes of bracket 3. I can't wait to see. Let me know if you agree with the 3 that progressed and who you would have swapped out possibly, and who you're going to be rooting for in bracket 3. That's going to be on our socials at I'vealwayssaidthat.pod. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Follow us on Instagram at I'vealwayssaidthat.pod. This was your host, Brad, for the recap of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 10, Episode 6. Thank you, you're welcome, love you, bye.